So, what truly is the point in a relationship, right? Uh, if it's not eternal, right? And that's the whole idea of this video. And some of you may be asking, what does that mean? And I think we all know the kind of movie-like scenario. Maybe it's a war movie. Maybe it's a sad romance movie, right? And the wife dies, and the man uh, the man leaves because his wife died of cancer, but he holds on for like 5-10 years or something, right? He just stays alone until one day he's just like, okay, I need someone, or a woman uh, believes that her husband is dead, whatever, in a war zone, right? So she ends up leaving, not leaving him because he's not there anymore, but she ends up leaving and disavowing that loyalty to him because he's dead, because he's not here anymore. And what I think is quite funny too is, well, it's not funny, but um, you have people who get married, right? The married vow in itself is a vow that you are one even in death. And it's so funny, man. Like these people, like if you were married to somebody, right, and you do believe in the afterlife, it's either one, you're just so low IQ that you don't have any thoughts up in your fucking noggin, or two, you just never cared in the first place. And I'm gonna guess it's a fucking combination of both because we are animals and our existence in itself is kind of selfish. Everything we think and do is for ourselves, in the most part, until you have kids, and then things change a little bit. Your thoughts on people and the people around you, but to get out of that, right. So we all know somebody who had a family or had a wife or a husband who died, and they ended up remarrying, right? Like how funny is that? How, like, in a sad comical sense, how funny is that? That if this person, was a Christian or whatever, right? And and, and they got married, right? And they were together for like 20, 30 years. Like what the fuck? You tell me this person's up in heaven looking down as you just completely wiped out everything, right? So you become this woman or man becomes the middleman in this fucking triad, this triangle, right? It's the point of a triangle, and these two people are just like, let's say in the afterlife, these two people are in the afterlife, and they're like, who gets him or her, right? Or do we both get him or her? Is it gonna be like it's just so stupid? Like, do these people seriously not think like, was everything you did with this person for nothing? And are you okay on Judgment Day or whatever you believe in, or in the afterlife, to face this person? Because we all know that more than likely the current or most recent relationship you're in is the one you're going to choose. So this person knows that they're going to be alone for the rest of their, I guess, afterlife or whatever now. Maybe the afterlife is something else, or whatever, right? So what's the point, right? Most of us know deep down that there is a high chance that if your significant other um, had to choose between staying alone for the rest of their life and trying to find closure and someone to love them in a way that no one else can, that's a dark void to fill. Are you going to go throughout the rest of your life purposefully putting yourself in to mental disparity all for the loyalty of your past partner, right? Think about it. Take a really no, like actually think about it. Like don't just be like, yeah, yeah, I trust him, I trust him. You haven't thought about it. Think about it. Seriously, think about it. Do you seriously think someone like I'm 20, right? If if your um if your significant other was to choose at 20 years old whether or not to be alone for the rest of their entire life and probably just fucking jack it or finger bang to fucking porn online for the rest of their life or whatever it is, dude. Talk to an AI, make the AI call him fucking baby and shit. Like what could you do? Really? Honest to God, seriously think. We're humans. We're basically all the same. We're all engineered the fucking same. All it takes is the right time and the right person to completely change all of that. So what's the point in a relationship if it's not going to be eternal? If even in death, if even in unknowing if someone's going to live or not, right? I guarantee you people get cancer, terminal ill cancer, and they don't know they have a good estimation that their partner's going to die. So they end up, snooping around to find a new partner. That way, when they do die, it doesn't hurt as bad. And um, when they do die, you have someone there to fill the void. You don't have that time in between. Guarantee this happens all the time. But it's just like, what's the point if it's not forever, right? If it's not forever, then don't treat it like it's gonna be forever. I guess that's my whole thing here. Why are you getting married? Why are you doing the ceremonies, the rituals? I mean, we all know why, but it's just stupid. All of it's stupid. And we all know too that there's an unknowing presence of uh, the future. What we're gonna be in the future. Because I know a year ago I wouldn't expect my mindset and who I am and where I'm at and all the things to be where it is right now. And 2 years ago I wouldn't expect to be where I was a year ago. So to seriously sit there and think too, like, oh yeah, I would for sure stay with my significant other and 30 years of solitude. You have no idea. You can say that and you can truly think it, but you have no idea. And the thing is that, and this is something I noticed a few years back, is that you can't get mad at human nature. In short time you can, but in all actuality, you cannot get mad at human nature. You cannot get mad that your significant other more than likely would just hop on the train with somebody else because they don't want to be alone. None of us want to be alone. And if they did stay alone, you know, what are they getting? And it's there's no reassurance that there will be a payout for being so loyal and you know destroying their mental state for the loyalty of you, right? And you can't blame that, but I guess in a sense you can't really blame any of this. It's just going to happen, right? There's a good chance it's going to happen because statistically it almost happens every time, right? We may know someone out there who really and truly did stay loyal to their significant other even through death and unassurance. But there's people out there who don't stay loyal in without any of this, right? They just want to do things for their own personal pleasures. And we're all humans. We all have these personal pleasure thoughts. All of us do. And that's another, sad reality of we're all humans is that we all have personal pleasure thoughts. So to think that none of this is going to happen when you die early, or if you die early, or if your partner dies early, then you need to be exceptional as a human being. You need to be beyond the bar. And sadly enough, most people aren't born to be that way, and they won't ever be that way. So you have to find the small twig in your path and walk across it and hope you make it into being the exceptional person. But the thing is that what's the point in a relationship if it's not eternal, if it's not forever? And I guess the point of this video is we need to treat it like it's forever. We always should. That's something I've always tried to do is treat a relationship like it's going to last forever. And honestly, that's why I personally have never really broken up with anyone myself. I've never been like, okay, we're done. Because once I get with somebody, I'm just like, okay, I have to make this work. This is a forever thing. So I think even no matter how bad they've treated me too, I mean it's just like it just feels like it always needs to be forever. That's why you should always treat it. And I think that if you treat it that way enough and soulfully enough, hopefully you have a better chance of convincing yourself to make it forever. You know what I mean? Because we are humans, and none of us want to be alone. So, yep. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.